affirming spirit boundaries. First of all, what are spirit boundaries? We need to, everyone, whether you are practicing intuitive or not, everyone should have boundaries set with themselves, with the people in their lives, and within their home for spirit. And I say this because we are all energy, which means that if you set these boundaries of what you are willing to accept, what you are not willing to accept, who you're willing to connect with, who you're not willing to connect with, those types of things, then every spirit is going to respond to that in a spiritual aspect. So let me give you an example. If you are in a very tumultuous office setting, if everyone around you is negative, if your best is never good enough, and if you have problems with specific people, I invite you to, at the beginning of each day, ground your energy, connect your energy, protect your energy, as we've talked about so many other times. And then I invite you to picture that person, that group of people, that building in front of you and say, I am only willing to accept that which is for my best and highest good today. I am only willing to accept positive interactions. I am only willing to accept positive energy. I am only willing to accept that which will help me grow in the smoothest, most flowing, easily way possible. Mix those words up a little bit, but you get the point. So that's how we can do this in our physical life. I do it sometimes when I'm driving with other drivers and I find that they always back off. I do it with people in my life, and even though they don't come at me with like apologies or super kind, loving words, I find that they back off or they just won't talk to me at all, which sometimes that's all we need. We just need some space. So it works in that way with physical spirits in our lives, okay? When it comes to spirit, so working with spirit, if you are someone that has nightmares, if you are someone that is giving readings, if you're someone that is just getting started, so you're just getting started with all this meditation stuff, something led you here, you have had weird experiences, you've heard knockings, whatever the case may be, I invite you to start setting business hours with spirit. And this means that you tell spirit, I am only willing to connect with you, to hear you, to feel you, to see you, to feel your presence within the hours of 8 a.m. and 10 p.m. Beyond that, my dreams are one thing, but I only accept positive dreams. I only accept that which is for my best and highest good. I ask that my guides are there to protect me from anything that is not serving me. So set business hours. Then you want to set boundaries within your home. So what rooms is spirit allowed in? For me, spirit is allowed in my office. Obviously, I do this all the time, so I have to kind of keep this as a gateway for spirit. But even still, I only accept those in the light. I only work with those that are here for my best and highest good, and the best and highest good of all involved, that being my clients, my family, my pets. I only work with those that are here to work with me as a clear channel for those in the light. So I ask every time for clear, evidential, healing messages, guiding messages, loving messages. I never just say, whoever wants to talk to me, come talk to me, because that leaves you too open. It leaves you open for whatever energy is around. So energy that you may not want to be connecting with, energy that's going to suck and pull at your energy. So, somebody in your neighborhood has had a bad day, or somebody in your neighborhood's father passed away, and they all of a sudden show up to you because you have not set those boundaries of who you're willing to work with. That said, that is in my spiritual practice. So for the regular home, and I do this in my own home, I only allow one guide, one angel, and or one ancestor, relative, loved one, however you want to say it, in the bedrooms at a time. And for my kids' bedrooms, they have to stand on the opposite side of the room as to not wake up my kids, but to be there in case they are needed. So in other words, if my son's having a bad dream, I want his guide, I want his angel in there to swoop in, move out that negative energy, protect him. I want them there to give him the messages that he needs, to give him the guidance that he needs while he sleeps. I want him to get to know them in a safe, comfortable, loving, peaceful way for him. So for myself, I set the same boundaries, but I say that they have to stay on my side of the bed because my husband already isn't super excited about the work that I do. He's very supportive, but he doesn't understand it. So the last thing that I want is one of them waking him up in the middle of the night. Again, I have always had a problem with nightmares. I have always had a problem with waking up to people watching me. So I set very, very firm boundaries for my bedroom and my kids' bedrooms. So what about the rest of the members on your spirit team? You don't want to kick them out. You still want them hanging around. You still want them protecting you. And if their support is needed, you want them jumping right in. So for those guys, I say, okay, I want you guys to wait in the hallway at night. I want you to wait in the hallway. You can hang out in the living room. You can hang out basically in the rest of the house, not the bedrooms. Don't wake us up. Be here if you're needed. We, of course, love your support, love your guidance, love your protection, but none of us want to be woken up. That is very important, and I teach this to everyone. And then the big thing that people ask me is, well, I don't really have another space in my home that I can meditate. So you're telling me to set these boundaries for spirit. And if I'm not allowing spirit in my room, then I'm not going to be able to connect with them. And then on the opposite end of the spectrum, if you are allowing them in your room, but you have these boundaries, spirit's going to get confused. So you're going to find that either at night, there's too much activity going on, or when you're trying to meditate, you're not getting anything. Or it's very, the connection's very weak. So what I say in those instances is I want you to designate a corner or a space of your room and open a window when you're doing your meditation. And I'm not talking about a sleep meditation, that's entirely different. But when you're working to connect with spirit, to receive guidance, I invite you to designate one corner of your room, not your bed, one corner of your room, put a couple crystals there, a little pillow or a candle, something just signifying that that is your sacred space, that is where spirit is supposed to meet you. Try to meditate at the same time, around the same time every day. This will create like a little vortex for you. And so then I want you to take your time to meditate in that space. Open a window. Opening the window will be your signal to spirit, okay, you can come in now, and when it's closed, you gotta leave. This is going to help reinforce those boundaries, but still allow for a clear connection, a clear kind of vortex for you to connect with spirit. Okay, that said, what is, the next, what else? What else do you need to know about spirit? What other kind of boundaries do you need to be setting with spirit? You need to be telling them who you're willing to work with. Some people are not at the point where they want to work with their spirit guides. Some people only want to hear from angels. Some people only want to hear from their spirit guides and not their loved ones. So here's what I suggest to you. Write a list. This is who I'm willing to connect with. This is how I'm willing to receive you. So some people are willing to hear and they're very clairaudient and they're okay with that. Some people are very clairvoyant, but they are not willing to see. So you need to put in writing or just set very, very clear, firm boundaries. I find that writing it down really helps the most. So it helps you to get clear, and the clearer you are, the easier it's going to be for spirit to understand. So that said, this is who I'm willing to connect with. These are the members of my spirit team that I'm willing to connect with. This is how I'm willing to receive you. I'm willing to feel you, hear you, see you, have you come to me in my dreams, have you send me signs. I'm willing to see images, but not faces. Be very clear. You are in control. And that's what a lot of people don't understand about this. And that's where a lot of the fear comes from. You are in control. So remember that, set your boundaries, affirm who you're willing to connect with, who you are not willing to connect with, how you're willing to connect with them. Again, you always want to leave your space open for, even if you're not ready to connect with them yourself, allow your angels, allow your guides, your ancestors to roam about your house, because they're not going to bother you, but they are going to lift the vibration of your space. They are going to protect you from having those bad dreams. They're going to protect you from, very dense, earthbound spirits, which also known as ghosts, that are going to come into your house. They're going to say, you're not allowed here. Get out of here. They're going to protect you. So even if you're just starting your spiritual journey, you can still set these boundaries. You can alleviate a lot of that fear. You can alleviate a lot of that tension, the feelings of being watched, waking up to, knocks on your door, things like that. And just remember that you're in control. You're always in control. And the more that you meditate, the more that you set the intention to work with your spirit team, the more that they're going to work with you, the more that you're going to see them actively working in your life. You'll see the synchronicities. You'll see, the breadcrumbs. You'll see the magic, really, and the beauty. And, you guys, this has changed everything in my life. Everything. I used to be so fearful. I used to be so depressed, and just setting the intention and allowing spirit to show me themselves at a comfortable pace, at a safe pace that I was willing to work with and continuously grow and continuously change and be introduced to more and more members of my team, the more beautiful my life has gotten. Like, things have happened in my life that I would never have expected. And the last thing that I want to tell you is, remember that your spirit team is always there. They've always been there. They're always waiting for you. But your angels, your spirit guides, they don't want to scare you. So they're not going to intervene without you giving them permission. So you need to if you want to see them actively working in your life, you need to say, okay, angels, I give you permission to interfere. Spirit guides, can you help me with this? Can you show me that you're here? And I have had many times where my clients' spirit guides will, and myself included in the beginning, where they will kind of step up and they get so eager to help you that it's like, whoa, it's a little abrupt for you and you get scared. So if that's the case, if they come in too strongly, they will back up, and it will be a little bit tougher even to call them forward. So just set those firm boundaries before you call them in, so that they know what to expect, you know what to expect, and you guys are working on mutual ground. Remember, once you set these boundaries, once you set the intention to work with your spirit team, you're safe. You have nothing to worry about. Raise your vibration, keep your vibration high, always have good intentions, keep your chakras balanced, protect your energy, ground your energy, reaffirm your boundaries consistently. I'd say like once a month. If you're not doing this all the time like me, I do mine almost daily, but reaffirm your boundaries and you'll be good to go, and you'll be ready to keep progressing, keep growing, keep allowing more into your life. Join me in the Spirited Life. The Spirited Life is a community within lightloveandspirit.com that is a safe space for all of those who are on their spiritual self and intuitive development journey. It covers all the bases because really they all go hand in hand. You are going to have a hard time developing your intuitive abilities if you are not connecting to the self. And so in the Spirited Life, we talk about self-development, self-love, intuitive development, intuitive growth, intuitive progression. And there are all kinds of videos about how to grow your practice, how to connect with yourself, how to connect with spirit, why spirit behaves the way that they do, why the universe challenges us in specific ways. Each month you're going to get a video on how, a video on why. Each month we talk about the energy that we can expect for the month with the energy reading. We have live calls. It's all about community, you guys. It's all about growth, because I know that when I was starting out,
All I wanted was for someone to talk to, someone that was down to earth, that understood what I was going through, that wasn't going to judge me. I really just needed a friend and someone that, you know, could tell me what I could expect and what might be showing up next. Someone who had been through an awakening that could help me through mine, because awakening isn't always easy. And so in the Spirited Life, this is our community. We have a forum where we can all just chat. You can email each other back and forth in there. We are all about just growing and connecting to each other, providing a safe space for you to talk and reflect and grow and not feel judged at all, because, you know, we're all going through this at the same time, and it's different for everyone, but we all get it, right? In the Spirited Life, we all get it. It's our place, it's our lounge to be safe and to talk and to just let it all out and share our successes at the same time. So I invite you to join our community in the Spirited Life for monthly spirit circles, talks, videos, learning about crystals, learning about the intuitive development, learning about yourself, and growing your friendships, growing your practice. I'll see you in the Spirited Life.